Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here and I'm bringing you a quick bonus video this week. They never sleep at ColourPop. They are about to launch 12 new loose pigments. Same formula, same container style as the Zodiac pigments that they recently collaborated with Kathleen Lights on. Here's the outer packaging. Each pigment will individually come in these little light blue boxes, and the pigment container itself is plastic with a silver plastic screw top. Each one does come with a little plastic stopper inside. They do have the ColourPop logo, but no stars or anything like we saw on the Zodiac pigments. And of course, each pigment has the shade label sticker on the bottom. These pigments are launching on Thursday, April 11th. As usual for ColourPop launches, they'll be available at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're in the same time zone that I am. I'm gonna try my very best to get this video out before these pigments launch. That way you can see all the colors ahead of time. I am gonna give you swatches of all 12 of these shades, as well as swatch comparisons between these and some of the Zodiac pigments. I do think that some of the shades are pretty similar and worth comparing. First, let me give you the prices. The individual pigments will be $6 a piece. There will be an option to buy the entire set. It comes packaged in this light blue cardboard box. I think this packaging is really cute, and then the lid just slides off. The entire collection set will be priced at $70 US. So you're really only saving $2 if you buy the bundle, but I know one of my subscribers made me aware that some countries have a item number limit. So if you want a bunch of these, then the bundle should count as just one item. I know that the UK has a 20 item limit, so this is a way to kind of beat the system because the bundle will be one item instead of 12, so that way you can bulk up your order, since I know that shipping and duties and stuff like that is really expensive. I also think the bundle's a good idea if you and a couple of your friends want to all chip in and buy the $70 bundle, then you can kind of break up the shades. I think that would be really fun, like pigment party. I'd be down for that. There are also 3 little trio sets. These sets are priced at $16 a piece. So again, you're saving $2 with these. If one of these sets happens to have your favorites in it, then this is the way to go. And again, another great way to sort of beat the system on those item limits. This one is my favorite. It's the Burn Up set. It has Red Zone, Hondo, and Elysian. This is the Turn Up set. It has Off the Charts, Love Me Harder, and Power Up. And lastly, the most neutral of the bundles, this is the Shake Up set. It has the Dunes, Doo Wop, and Deep End. Before I get to the swatches, I just want to show you a quick demo of how I apply these pigments. I went a little bit more in depth with the pigment application in the Zodiac pigments video. I'm gonna link that in the description box. If you wanna see more, make sure you check that out. There will be more in-depth info and pigment use in that video. Today I'm wearing one of my favorites. It's that really warm bronzy shade called Elysian. These definitely need to be applied damp. So I take a really flat, dense brush and apply a little bit of Fix Plus to the bristles, and then dip the dampened bristles into the pigment. You really don't need a ton. A little goes a long way. These are very, very bright and metallic. And then I just swipe that onto the lid wherever I want the pigment. I like to layer them on top of other eyeshadows, so I'll put down my shadows first and then pop some pigment on top, but you can most definitely wear these on their own as well. I just love the dimensionality that this bright, intense metallic pigment gives my eyes. Now that you've seen one of these pigments in action, let's jump into the swatches. I use the exact same method for the swatches, the same really flat brush dampened with Fix Plus, and I just applied those directly to my arm, so there's no primer, no glitter glue, nothing like that. Just the damp brush with the pigment straight onto my arm. So let's get into the swatches of these 12 new pigments now. We're looking at 6 of the 12 shades here, and in this group I want to point out that Aardvark and Off the Charts are both duochrome shifting type of shades, and Doo-Wop, Red Zone, Deep End, and Love Me Harder are just straight up metallics. In this next round, we're seeing the brighter shades in this collection. So the first three pictured here are very neon with a little bit of a glittery flip, and the last three are just straight up gorgeous bright metallics. Now that you've seen these 12 new shades swatched, I want to go through some comparisons between these new shades and the previously released Zodiac shades. The Zodiac pigments are still available, and just in case you had your eye on any of those or if you've already purchased any of those, I wanted to give you some comparisons because I do think some of these shades are pretty similar enough that maybe you don't need both. Any shades that you don't see appear in these comparisons did not have a shade close enough to be considered worth comparing. So let's take a look at those swatch comparisons now. Here we have Aardvark and the crab from the Zodiac collection. You can see Aardvark is a little more toned down and more of a duochrome. Doo-Wop and the Maiden are two that I think are super similar. I don't think you need both of these, just one will do the trick. Now we're looking at some golds. The Lion is much more of a yellow compared to the golden shades from this new collection of pigments. And here you're probably wondering why Off the Charts is in this comparison. It does look pink in the container, but when swatched, it has that gold shift. Here are some of the warm, bronzy brown type of shades. The Goat is a lot darker, but I did think people would want to see the Goat versus Elysian. And here's the Dunes versus the Twins. This is another one that I feel is super similar and probably only worth owning one of these. The last comparison is Hondo versus the Ram, and I think these are like cousins but not necessarily siblings. Hondo is a much more toned down version. Ram is just really intense and in your face with that glitter. I'm really excited to see some new shades in this loose pigment format. I'm a big fan of this formula. I love really metallic high shine eyeshadows, and these definitely deliver in that department. I know a lot of these new shades are pretty neutral, and I think it kind of makes sense when you look at the Zodiac collection. That was pretty colorful. So I think that these more neutral shades definitely have a place in the line. I also imagine that these shades would look really great with the festival collection. I love the balance of like those really bright neons and glitters with maybe a more neutral pigment thrown in the mix. Plus, I'm just a neutral lover, so I'm not mad at more neutrals. I do think that the pops of color they put in this line though are very cool. I did want to mention that I got some pretty intense staining from 3 of these shades. I don't know if you can see here, but from my swatches, the 2 really bright shades, the bright pink called Power Up and that really bright coral called Hondo, both left a stain on me. I was kind of surprised that the 3rd shade that stained me was this one called Love Me Harder. Since it just looks like a soft, like peachy bronze shade, I did not expect this to stain. It definitely wasn't as intense staining as the other 2. I always try to let you guys know about things like that. I know some people have sensitivities, and I just want to make you aware of that. My top 4 favorites are these. First of all, this really shifty blue duochrome one called Aardvark. I love this shade. I love the name. I don't know what it is. It just makes me really happy. And then this softer metallic lavender shade. This one's called Tied Me Down. Love these 2. I'm also crazy for this bright yellow called Fool For You. I'm really into yellow. It's such a great summer color. So this is definitely one of my top picks. And lastly, for my basic neutral pick, the shade that I'm wearing today, this one called Elysian, is just gorgeous. It is making my toasty, shimmery, bronzy dreams come true, and I am here for it. So those are my top favorites. I would love to hear which ones are your favorites. I really hope this video was helpful. I hope I can get it out in time for you. Let me know which shades are your favorites. Are you planning on picking any of these up? I always love to hear what you guys think about things, so make sure you leave a comment. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Oh no. Oh no. I just really want to get this filmed, but I can't speak. The way to go. Nailed it. It's bad. Ma'am, can you speak? I don't think you can. What? Pigment. Pigment. It's not a difficult word. Why didn't they make these 3 a set? Like, why did they do 3 bundles and not 4? I would buy this bundle. This would be my favorite bundle. Why? Why ColourPop? What was I gonna say? Oh, Pigmentado. Wouldn't it be cool if they did a like make your own bundle where you could pick whichever 3 shades you wanted and they would just have like a little generic bundle box? ColourPop, hit me up. I could be on your team. I got so many ideas. Oh, almost dropped it. Okay. Because of who I am as a person. All right. Bye-bye.